everybody. It's been a while since I've done a video blog. I've been really busy at school, got a lot going on, exams and stuff happening. I don't think I've gone a week in the past 2 months where I haven't had at least one exam, so I've been a bit busy. But today I wanted to talk to you about something that I've dealt with for a long time, but it's also something that's prevalent in what's happening to me right now. And that is this whole notion, this whole feeling that you're not good enough. For as long as I can remember, I haven't felt good enough for anyone. That's something I've always struggled with because I've always had insecurity problems. But even more now, lately, I've dealt with this and I've wondered, why am I not good enough for these people? Why am I not good enough for all the friends and family and teachers and all of these people in my life? Why can I not meet up to their standards? What am I doing wrong? And I think it's becoming more, I can see it more now because the things I'm going through. I'm about to have to start applying for med schools next summer, and so I'm having to look at where I want to go, and I'm having to deal with the option that I might not get into the school I want to. So where else could I go? I might not be able to stay here in Cleveland with my family. Am I okay with moving away? But that gives me the feeling I'm not good enough to get into that med school. I'm not good enough to do that, so I don't feel good enough to be a doctor at all. Or my grades, sometimes I'll make a bad grade on an exam or a grade that I don't particularly care for. I would have liked myself to have done better, and I feel like I'm disappointing my parents and my family and everything, and I'm thinking I'll never be good enough for them. I'm never going to make a good enough grade for them, and they'll tell me constantly over and over and over, like, very good job, we're so proud of you and everything, and I still feel like I can't make them proud enough. I still feel like I'm not doing enough to be the person they want me to be. And then a couple days ago, I was having second thoughts about if this is what I need to be doing with my life, if God really wants me to be a physical therapist, if he wants me to be at Lee University studying to be a doctor. Like, is this what I'm supposed to be doing? Because I'm struggling with some of my classes, and I'm thinking it's not going to get any easier. And so I'm wondering, is this where I'm supposed to be? Am I good enough to be a doctor? Am I good enough for this? And I don't feel like I am most of the time. So I'm thinking, well, what if I change my major? What if I do something different? What if I become an English major? Or what if I become a education major, or a history major, or an art major, or something like that, or a sign language major? What will happen if I do that? And I was talking to my parents about it, and I'm thinking, I told them, honestly, I said, if I do that, you're all going to be disappointed in me. My mindset is, I'm the first in my family to go to college at the age they were supposed to. My dad went back to college when he was an adult, but I'm the first grandchild on my dad's side to go to college because I'm the oldest. I'm the first to finish an actual college. I will be the first to finish a college degree on my mom's side of the family. And I feel like there's some status that I'm supposed to be reaching. I feel like there's something that I'm supposed to be able to do. This level that I'm supposed to be reaching, and I feel like everyone in my family and all my friends are counting on me to be a doctor. They're all counting on me to succeed and to do great things with my life. And if I change my major, if I decide that this isn't what I want to do, I'm letting them down, and I'm not doing what they think I should be doing, or it's going to disappoint them, and I'm not going to live up to their expectations. And I'm telling all my parents this, and they're saying, Maddie, that's not true. Like, we're going to be proud of you no matter what. As long as you're doing something you love, we're fine with it. I don't want you to do something you hate. I would rather you do something you love, even if it's not being a doctor. Just do something that you enjoy doing. And I'm still thinking, that's not good enough. That I put a lot of pressure on myself. I always have my entire life. I push myself harder than I should, and I never give up on myself. Like, I don't give myself any slack. If I'm struggling with something, I'm keep going. I don't care what you're going through. I don't care what you're facing. You're still gonna keep going. Like, you have to push yourself even harder because you need to succeed in this, because things aren't easy for you all the time. And my friends and my family have always told me, like, Maddie, you got to quit being so hard on yourself. You're not going to succeed in anything if you keep being hard on yourself. And I'm thinking, well, I'm not succeeding anyway, so why not just push myself harder? And so this has become something that I'm very accustomed to. I'm accustomed to feeling like I'm not good enough for people. And those are just aspects of not being good enough intelligently wise. I'm not smart enough for people. I'm not successful enough for people. But also in my relationships and my friendships and my any relationship with the guy that I have, I never feel good enough. In friendships, for example, I feel like I'm not giving my all in them all the time. And I have trust issues because of things that have happened in the past in my life. And so I'm at the point now where if I make a new friendship and something is going wrong, or I sense that something's not going to go right, or there's going to be a problem, or there's going to be a little bump in the road in our relationship and our friendship, I just run, and I don't try to fix it, because I don't want to get close to someone. So if I sense that there's something going to go wrong, I don't try to stay in it and fix it anymore, or I didn't. I'm trying a lot better now to make things right rather than just running away from them, because I had gotten to the point where I was so stressed out, and I've dealt with so many broken relationships that I didn't want to have to go through another one, so I just pushed those people away instead. And I'm sure some of my friends in the past that I've had could tell you that I've done this. Like, they don't know why I stopped talking to them. They don't know why I don't hang out with them anymore. And it's not anything that they necessarily did. It's just that I felt like there was something that was going to happen, and I didn't want it to happen, so I just ran away instead. That was my coping mechanism, so I didn't have to put too much trust in a person. And I'm learning that that's not right now, and I know that's not right, and I'm trying my best to change that. So I'm in friendships now, I'm making new friendships, and I'm doing everything in my power to make sure that I don't run away from them. Even when I'm hitting these bumps in the road in some of my friendships, I'm like, okay, Maddie, you are good enough for this friendship. You give more than enough to these friends. You're a great friend. Like, I have to remind myself of this, because I'm in a friendship, I give 110% all the time. I've been called a fierce friend my entire life, because I will go through hell and high water for my friends. I fight for my friends no matter what. That's just what kind of friend I am. But I haven't been that kind of friend when I'm pushing them away. So I know now, I'm like, be that fierce friend, Maddie. You are good enough to be their friend. You are good enough to stay in their life. And if this problem occurs, it's okay. You're good enough to push past it. Like, you're going to be okay. You're going to get through it. You two can get through it. So I'm doing my best with that, with my friendships right now, with the new friendships I have. And then in relationships with a guy, I never feel good enough. And that roots a lot from my past relationship. A little over a year ago, I was in a relationship, and it ended really badly. We didn't end on good terms. We haven't talked since we broke up. And he made me feel, when he broke up with me, it made me feel like I wasn't good enough. That I had given him everything I could give him. Why am I still not good enough for you? I don't understand. And he still left me. Like, I'm trying to give you myself. Like, I'm trying to be all here for you, and I'm still not good enough for you. And that's these feelings I constantly have in my head. I'm constantly feeling like if I get close to a guy, or a guy asks me out or something, I'm thinking, I am not good enough for you. I will not meet up to your expectations. I will not meet up to your standards. And that's affirmed by some guys. They don't think I'm good enough for them, and that's okay. I'm learning that that's okay. I don't have to be good enough in your mind. I don't have to be good enough through your eyes. I'm good enough for the person that I'm supposed to be with. And I'm good enough for God, that He made me to be the person I am. And He made me because I am good enough. He put me on this earth and gave me a purpose and lets me do all the things I do because I am good enough. And that He doesn't create junk. God doesn't create crap or pieces of junk that are worthless and useless to anybody. He creates beautiful masterpieces because he is the ultimate artist. I've been an artist for over 10 years now, and I love thinking about that analogy, that God is an artist, because he is. Do you see all the beautiful things he created? All the nature, all the trees, all the sunsets, the human. I'm studying anatomy and physiology right now and learning all the intricate parts of us and how we work and how our brains function. It blows my mind that a God could create that. God created every single fine-tuned element in you. He created your brain to work the way it does, with all the neurons and everything that the nerves that run through your body that make you have different impulses and reflexes and feel things. The parts of your brain that make you feel emotion and make you feel pain and all of these things. He created that. That's amazing, because that is not something a human being could ever fathom to create. We could not ever think about creating something so magical or so wonderful. And to think that I am talking to myself, a creation of God, I am talking to myself that God made me, and I'm telling him that he made me not perfect. I'm telling him that he made me not good enough. I am not good enough for these relationships. I am not good enough for these friendships. I am not good enough for my parents or for this job or for my family or my friends. I'm not good enough. That's how I always feel, and that's what I keep telling God. And God constantly is reminding me, saying, you are so much more than enough. You are so much more than you could ever think of. That I can't see what's happening right now. I don't know where I'm going. I don't know what the future holds for me. I don't know who I'm going to marry. But the guys that are talking to me now or in the past or will talk to me in the future, what they say about me doesn't matter. When they tell me that I don't match up to them, I don't meet their standards, that I'm not good enough for them, it doesn't matter, because God has created me, and he has created you for a purpose. He has put us on this earth for a reason, and you may not know what that reason is. I have different callings in my life that I know I'm supposed to do. For instance, I'm called to work with kids and teenagers. I love my kids and my teenagers. I love working with them and teaching them drama, and I haven't been able to do that in a long time, and it breaks my heart because I want to be back with my kids. And I get to see them on Sundays when I teach Sunday school, and I love seeing their faces light up when they learn something or when something clicks in their mind. They're like, that's why that says that. Well, that's why the Bible says this. That's what it teaches us. And I love teaching them and instilling wisdom upon them. Anything that I can dwell into their brains, anything that I can get them to understand and comprehend in their small minds, that they're good enough. I teach my kids that they're good enough. When I work with youth, whether it's in drama or just mentoring or anything I can do, I'm always telling them, you're beautiful, you're good enough, you have a purpose. And I believe it. I know they do, because I see their potential and I see everything that they're doing and how they push themselves and how much they want to be better, how much they want to do things the right way, and how much they don't want to make mistakes like I did. And I love talking to these kids and these teenagers, and I talk to teenage girls a lot about what they're going through, and they talk to me in a sense that I'm their mentor. They talk to me because they know they can trust me, because I've been there with a majority of the things that people have faced. I've been there. I understand. So when they tell me about it, I'm like, yeah, but you know what? Even though you messed up, it's okay. God forgives you. I forgive you. We still love you. Like, you're going to be okay no matter what your mistake is. You are good enough no matter what you've done. And I think that's something that a lot of us deal with. I've messed up a lot in my lifetime, and I've done a lot of things that I should not have done. And I get that, and I've hurt a lot of people along the way, and I'm learning now that I wouldn't be where I am right now. I wouldn't be the person I am today if I hadn't have made those mistakes, if I hadn't have done those things. And God is using those mistakes, those past failures that I've committed or done, to make me into someone new, to make me into someone that can help other people. Because that's ultimately my calling, is helping people. I love helping people. I want to be a part-time missionary when I grow up. When I finish med school, I want to do Doctors Without Borders every summer and go and help people in foreign countries and all of these places that are struggling. I want to be able to help people. And even if it's just helping some of my kids with their homework, or helping my youth get through their problems, or whatever I can do to help people, I love it. And if I hadn't have gone through those things, then I wouldn't be able to help people in the capacity that I can today. I wouldn't be able to relate to people like I can today. I wouldn't be able to help you or help anyone else like I can today if I hadn't have gone through those things. If I hadn't have done those things, I wouldn't be here to do this with you today. I wouldn't be here to talk to you today. So if you're in that mindset, if you're thinking to yourself, I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough for anyone. I'm not good enough for anything. I don't have a purpose. Know that you are. You're so much better than enough. You're so much more than enough. You are beautiful. You're redeemed. You have been created for a purpose. You've been created for a calling that God has placed on your life. And these things that make you feel like you're not good enough are making you into a person that is going to do amazing things. These people that tell you you aren't good enough are giving you more strength and more motivation to be better, to be the best you can be, to be the person God has called you to be. Be that person. Strive with everything inside of you to push towards the goal of being with God, to push towards being a godly person. The Bible calls us to be like Christ, and that requires like picking up our cross daily, and that's hard work. In the Bible, it talks about how Jesus struggled when he carried his cross, and that goes to show us that it's not going to be easy. Being a Christian is not easy, guys. It doesn't make life easier, and I so wish that I could tell you it does. I so wish that I could tell you that being a Christian makes everything better and makes everything happier. It doesn't. Life is still hard. You're still going to face things. You're still going to have feelings of not being good enough or not being worth it. But you just have to remind yourself that you are. Because being a Christian gives you the faith and the strength to pull yourself out of that deathly place in your life, to pull yourself out of the darkness and into a place with God. That's what being a Christian means. It means that even though we do go through stuff, we have hope that we're going to make it through. We have hope that we're going to be okay, and that God has every single thing under control. So today, if you're feeling broken, if you're feeling like you're not good enough, have hope that God loves you. Have hope that I love you. Have hope that you were created for a purpose. You're gonna do amazing things. I believe it. I know each and every one of you is going to do something great, multiple great things in your lifetime. You're going to do great things even if they're small things. Just the smallest thing could change a life forever. Don't underestimate the power that God has given you. Don't underestimate your calling. You're good enough. You're more than enough. And you will always be more than enough.